Okay, we're going to do a video now with how to do a digital collage sheet with Microsoft Word. I'm going to keep it simple today just to show you guys how I start a project. So first off, I open Microsoft Word. I choose a blank document. I go to Layout, and first off, I'm going to select my margins. Now you can come down to Custom Margins, which I've already have one set up, and I want to change my margins to 0, so that way it covers my full page, and you want to do that top left and bottom and right to 0. I'm going to click OK. And we're going to tell it to ignore because it's going to tell you that it's out of the printable area, but we want to ignore that. Then we're going to come up here to the left and change our orientation. We're going to change it to landscape. So you can see your little cursor is up here. Our page is now flipped. We're all the way over on our margins. So I have pictures that I've collected from several different websites, and these are, the first one is the British Library album. So you can come in here and I'll show you. We'll just select something, a floral image. I found with Microsoft Word it's easier to remove the background if the floral image is brightly colored, so we'll just click on this one. We're going to click this little arrow over here on the right that says download this photo. We're going to go to original. Sorry, my internet's running a little slow today. And now the image has been downloaded. So we're going to come in, minimize that. We're going to go into our downloads. So we want to come to downloads. We want to select the image, and we're going to right click on it. We're going to tell it to cut, and then I have a folder set up on my computer called Junk Journal. We're going to click on that. We're going to right click, and we're going to tell it to paste our image. So now our photo is saved. A few other sites that I like to use is free to use Library of Congress images. You can scroll through here. Say you like something in World War I posters. You can click on that. My internet is never this slow. And then it's going to bring up all the images that have to do with World War I posters. You can just click an image that you like. You come in here. You're going to click again. Oh, I'm sorry. That did not work. Where's it at? We're going. Oh, here it is. Right here. Download. And I like to do JPEG images. And we're going to tell it go. And then you're going to right click and you're going to tell it to save as. And it'll do the same thing. It'll download your image. And you can save it in whatever file you like to save it in. And then another website that I use is Vintage Images. And there is a whole lot of images on here, and it follows the same process. This beautiful background image I had saved earlier, it's going to open, and you're going to scroll down, and you're going to tell it to free download. And then it's going to open it. You're going to right click on it, and you're going to tell it to save image, and it'll download the image just like on the other website. And then one more website that I like to use is Reusable Art. So over here on the left-hand side, you have different categories. And let's just see here. I'm working on a junk journal that has, it's a like wildflower theme. So let's search for flower images. And then it breaks it down into different types of flowers. Let's go with, I like sunflowers, so we'll click on a sunflower images. And then it's going to bring up some different images of sunflowers. This one's really pretty. So we'll click on that. We're going to right click and we are going to save image as. And then we are going to go in our file that we want to save it. And I have it set under my junk journal. It already has a name for me, so I'm just going to click save. And now that image is downloaded. So now that we have some images, we can go back into our Word document. We already have it all set up. We're going to go up here on the left-hand side to insert. We're going to tell it pictures. And then we're going to go to our file that we have our images saved in. We'll say junk journal. And then I'm going to go through here and find an image that I'd like to use as my background page. We'll start with the background first. That pretty blue bird image go. I lost my bird image. All right, let's see here. For recording's sake, since I can't find my bird image right this second, maybe I didn't save it. Let's see. Downloads. Go back into the junk journal. Select what background do I want to use. We'll go with this one because I haven't used this one for a while. And then we're going to select the background or whatever image we want to insert. Then we're going to click on insert down here on the bottom right. And then that's going to place our image. And this is our first image. This right here allows you to choose the layout of the image. So we're going to click on that and we want to tell it that we want it in front of text to start out with. So that way we can manipulate the image the way we want. So once it's selected, it turns gray. Now we're able to freely move the image completely around our page. So, and then I want to fill in this side of the page as well with this background. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to copy. And I'm going to right click again. And I'm going to tell it to paste the image. So now there is two there. We're going to do the same thing. And it should be already set to in front of text. And now we're able to move it freely on this side. One thing I like to do is I like to come up here on the right and go to rotate. I want to flip this image horizontally so that way the centers match on both images. So then we have this little tiny dot that's kind of hard to see. We're going to just click on it and we're going to drag it over to get that white to go away. So there's our background. So now to keep this simple, we're going to talk about transparency. So if you want your background color a little lighter, you can go to transparency and you have different gradient colors of your background pages. I like my backgrounds to say vibrant, so I'm going to leave my backgrounds, and you have to do that for each image that's on your page. So you got to individually click on the images. So we're going to go to insert again. We're going to go to pictures. And I want to try, let's see here. Where did that flower image go? Oh, look, there's my bird picture that I was looking for earlier. Let's do this beautiful sunflower. We're going to click on our sunflower. We're going to tell it insert. All right, so now we can't see our image, but I know it's there because my little thingy popped up. One thing you can do is go to your selection page, and this panel pops up on the right-hand side. So you have picture 1, picture 2, and picture 3. This is where you control what pictures are layered on your page so far. So we want picture 3, even though we can't see it. We're going to click on our little layout option. We're going to tell it to make it go in front of text. So there's our image now. It popped up. And then it orders it by what image is the most forward image. So we got picture 3, which is our sunflower. Then picture 2, which is our background, and picture 1, which is our background. So now we can click on it, left click, and we can drag our image anywhere. So we don't want all of this wasted white space in the background. I don't in my image. So I have my picture 3 of the sunflower selected. I'm going to come over here to the left and do remove background. We're going to click on remove background. So the computer will automatically select areas to remove. It does it by colors. I want more of my sunflower that's been cut off. So we're going to go over here to the left and we're going to mark areas to keep. And then we're going to left click on that. So now I have a little pencil and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to kind of just draw a little squiggly line for the flower I want to keep. And we're going to do that again. And as you can see, more of my image is coming back. And then we're going to get this little piece. This is like the most tedious part of the whole project. I want the rest of my leaf here. We'll just select that. I want the rest of my flower over here. And then I want the rest of the stem. Still got a little more there. Alrighty. Now, if there's a section that you don't want, you can come up here to the left-hand side and click Mark Areas to Remove. And there's this little tiny piece of background still, and we can just slowly select that, and it removed it for us. So if we're happy with what's been removed from our image, we can tell it to keep changes. And then now we have our full image cut out of the background. Now, you have all these little dots all over your image. If you come on the corner, any corner, you can drag it and it'll proportion it for you the size you want. So I want a smaller sunflower. And say you want the same sunflower, same size, and the way it's cut out, we're going to right click and we're going to tell it to copy. And then we're going to right click again and we're going to tell it to paste. So it pasted as another cut out sunflower. I want to rotate this sunflower so it's facing the opposite direction. So my image, which is now labeled image 4, I'm going to come up here to the right hand side. I'm going to left click and I'm going to tell it to flip it horizontally. So now I can take this image and put it in this corner of this page. Now, if you want to add some music notes, some handwritten notes, okay, say now that you want to insert some writing pages, some music notes, you know, different elements to layer effect on your design, we can go into insert again. We're going to select pictures and let's see here. I think I want to add this music sheet. We're going to click on it. We're going to tell it to insert. And again, it's hidden. But over here on the right, we can see picture number 5. It is selected because it's highlighted in like a light bluish gray color. We're going to come up here and we're going to tell it to put in front of text. And now our music sheet has come forward. So with this one, it's kind of hard to remove background from it. I can show you that. It takes away the whole image. So we're just going to tell it to discard all changes. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to come to transparency and we are just going to make it a little lighter. And you can decide how light you want to do it. Alrighty, we'll try that. And then we're going to lay it over top of our flower. I don't like how it's muted out my flower. So I'm still have image 5 selected. I'm going to tell it to up here on the right hand side at the top, I'm going to tell it to send backwards. And sometimes you have to click this 2 or 3 times and you'll see the image move over here on your selection panel. So we're going to tell it send backward. And actually I did it on the first one. So now we have the music paper behind the beautiful flower. Let's see, one more lighter. I think I like it one more lighter so I still get my background image. So I'm going to select my picture 5 again, which is my music sheet. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say copy. And then I'm going to tell it to paste. And I'm going to paste several of them because I want to cover up my entire background with it. So we'll just kind of slide that one. We're going to put this one here. And sometimes you got to kind of play with the images because if you stretch them too far, so like this is our 6th image, it kind of distorts the image a little. So you kind of got to play and piece your images together. So we're going to put that there. And then I want to take this one, which is image 5, and I'm going to just piece it right in here. And I kind of want to watch and make sure my lines are lined up. And since this image is not a copy, you can also play around with the rotation and see if it fits better if you flip it horizontally. The only problem with that is you do get your music, or if it was words, it is backwards. So I usually just leave it as is. And then like I can select image 5. We're going to slide this one down just a little. So that way I can try to line it up. So up here at the top, it did cut off a little. So we're just going to click on the little dot and we're just going to pull our image up. So I need to still fill in this space down here. So I'm going to right click and we'll tell it to paste. I'm going to select it, and it's okay if it runs off the page because that will not be a problem. Now my little dot is missing here, but I want to line up my image. So I'm just going to pull it back up. Go slide this over, and then I'm going to pull it down. We're going to just place that here on the edge. And then we got that in there. Now we're going to do another one. We're going to right click, paste. And we're going to put this one right down here. And if you want to crop it to match the top, that's fine. Just get your little, and you make this one a little skinnier. You can also shrink it down then so it doesn't distort your music too much. And if you want to slide this one around, make it a little smaller. And this is all about just playing with your layers. Just playing and manipulating your images to get them to fit the needs of your journal. And then we're going to put one more here. Bring this one, and I'm just going to place it the way it is right there. So as you can see here, our flower image is hidden. So we've got to figure out which one was this flower image. I'm pretty sure it's picture number 3. So we're going to click on that, and it did select it. And then we're going to tell it to bring forward. And we're going to have to keep doing that until our picture comes completely back in the color we like it. There we go. Alrighty. So say you want to add another image. We can just keep going and going and going. So we got pictures. And let's see here. Do I want to add some birds? I got this pretty butterfly. Let's go with this butterfly. I've been using it a lot. So we're going to click it. We're going to tell it insert. As you can see, our picture is hidden. It did tell us that it's a picture 11 now. So we're going to click here. We're going to do in front of text. Now we can move it where we want. So now we want to remove our background. We're going to go to the left-hand side at the top and go remove background. And it selected this image perfect for us. And then we're going to tell it keep changes. My butterfly is way too big. So I'm going to shrink it down. I'm going to right click on it. I want to make a copy of it. I'm going to paste. And it went behind. So we're going to, where did it go? Did it not paste it? Let's try again. It's pasting our music sheet, so we'll just delete that. All right, so we're going to copy our butterfly. So picture 11, we're going to paste it, and then I want to rotate it. So I'm going to rotate it. So now I have this little butterfly that I can put over here, and then this little butterfly that I can sit right here. So I hope you find this tutorial helpful. I would like any feedback that you can give me, any ideas you guys would like to see, if you need more explanation, if you need me to slow down, any feedback that you can provide me, because this is my second video. I would like all feedback is welcome. I take criticism, constructive criticism very well. Anything that I can do to help you guys with your collage process if you guys need to know anything else, because there's so many other effects that we can do that I could get in a lot of detail with. We can add frames. There's just a lot, and that actually looks really pretty. So yeah, and then we can even change the colors of the frames. So if there's anything that you guys would like to see, please let me know. Like I said, I do really well taking feedback, and yeah, I hope you find this helpful and useful. Thanks for watching. Bye.